Oh.
Well, where is it? Ladies and gentlemen, we are here with the incomparable, the beautiful, the multifaceted
Sure is.
Eric Mojica and his mom. Welcome to Kevin and Eric Out Loud. Hey, Mom.
Hey,
How are
hey,
you, my baby?
hey, Auntie. Eric, I'm gonna tell you something. You got me there. I thought you were gonna say Uncle Eric. I should have knew in your little way what were you gonna say. Of course,
You
right?
should have known.
Well, firstly, I have to. I know it's you guys' show, but I'm just so overwhelmingly proud of you two to watch you guys come together
Thank you.
and do this. I think it's been a long time in the making. Congrats.
Thank you.
Indeed.
Absolutely. You know, most people they started with doing their COVID podcast, so we're a little late, but better late than never.
Exactly.
So, because you're my mom and I know you very well,
Mhm.
what are you drinking today, Mom?
You know what? We're not going to do that.
But
Don't act like you know me and I have a drink in my hand. But it's martini.
what is it, Auntie?
This is a lychee boba martini. I've been trying new things lately for the new. I've just been trying some new things lately.
Well, today I'm drinking a Tipsy Mermaid.
See, y'all
With
got
too much
these
rum.
fancy drinks and stuff. Like I just got champagne.
Hello, basic, simple, classic,
Yeah, absolutely.
classic.
You know, cause like last night I went out with my old lady and stuff, and
Did you say old lady? You're too young to say old lady. You are 5 years old. Old lady. Why are you talking like you're 47 years old?
younger than me. You know, it's
Okay.
yeah, a couple of drinks last night, so I'm trying to take it easy tonight.
So Kevin's out here talking about his old lady. How old is this lady here?
Oh, she's 27.
Now, Kevin.
Yeah, she's 27. So it's okay. I mean, she's old. She's old as like spirit, I guess, style.
What does that mean, Kevin?
I mean, she just has her old soul. She's cool though. Y'all would like her. I think y'all like her.
I can't wait to meet her.
I can't wait to meet her.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, definitely. I ain't say the one yet. It's still too early to find out, but we rocking though.
You're confident enough to say all that on the pod?
Yeah, we rocking. Like she cool.
Oh. Well, all right then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Public confirmation. Okay.
You heard it here first. Unprompted. Very cool. Well, speaking of being old, this is our first episode since I've turned 30.
You did.
Yeah.
How was that?
It was really cool. But before we get to, my
Right.
age.
How does it feel to be having a 30-year-old?
Right.
I mean, it feels just fine to me.
Yeah.
He's 30 and he's responsible and he's out of the house and he has his own wife. So I'm just proud of him.
Super proud of him. Super too.
I'm just proud of him. And I do have to ask you both a couple of questions. And if you're going to talk on the subject of being in relationships. So Eric, you're 30. Kevin, you are 29.
Yes.
And you guys are both married, one with children, Kevin. And I've been married a couple times. So my question is, and I know we're going to have some generational differences on the answers to these questions.
Okay.
But do you think that nowadays you guys are concentrated more on having a family anymore, or you guys just more about doing your own thing, especially with the way this generation's going, moving?
Kevin, do you want to answer the question first?
Yeah. Now that I'm divorced, I kind of lost interest in marriage right now. I don't think these females nowadays have the same values. Even though I'm with somebody, but as far as I feel like I got scarred a little bit. So when it comes to that, I'd rather just keep what I'm doing, dating. And if it progresses to a marriage, hopefully, maybe in my later years, I will circle that again. But I don't see myself being married no time soon.
Do you think you feel that way because you have a kid?
No.
Baby,
Like in my opinion, I feel like a lot of things when I got married, it kind of was like, I won't say forced, but it was strongly suggested that I get married. So I was always on the bandwagon, like making sure it's the right person before you step into it. I know I had a child with my ex, but having a marriage is a big responsibility. It's just not a piece of paper you just sign away, have the ceremony and stuff. It's a lot to go with that, especially when you have investments and property and money and all that stuff. It's just a lot to take on.
Yes.
So I don't know, Auntie. I'm not indifferent. I'm proud of anyone that gets married and have a happy marriage and stuff. But for the time being, it's not for me. It's not for me.
That's fair. That's a very, very fair and very valid answer. What about you, Eric?
So, I don't know. So, I never really at this point in my I never envisioned myself being the kind of person to like ever get married and settle down and all of that. It kind of became just a natural progression that kind of snuck up on me. That being said, I gotta say marriage is dope. At least to me. And having my little family that I'm responsible for taking care of and keeping alive.
You say your little family? Wait, am I having a grandbaby?
You have grand dogs.
You said my family, like
Yeah.
what?
So my wife and the dogs. Yeah. That is my family. That's all you get. I'm sorry.
I think the same way. I think he's gonna change his mind in the next 5 years.
No. Baby dust.
Kevin kind of
absolutely not.
We talked a little bit earlier, and he mentioned babies. He said, "If I had a kid," and I was like, "Oh, it's an if."
No, because we're not even going to talk about what the rest of that conversation turned into.
But still, I was like, "Have your little nephew."
Just know that if the conversation ended up being, if I did have a kid, that child would be in mortal turmoil. So,
God.
Because it's not anything I've ever really wanted.
Got it.
It's not even something
and you have to.
And that's the thing. I feel like so many people are choosing to have children in an environment where that child isn't welcome or wanted or even really loved. And if I can't provide that, then why would I do it?
That's fair. That's fair enough.
You can always have it and give it to me. But
that is cool, right?
I digress. No. So
ask Kevin and the old lady.
Listen. It's not too far off. But anyways, I always wanted to have 2 kids.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't. Being the only child, I wouldn't say it sucked, but it sucked. It sucked, man. When you home bored by yourself, it's like your friends is out of town, or if you're sick, they're still in school. You don't have no one to play with. It's like, what now? So
I guess it's definitely still possible to have like that sibling like in your house and still feel lonely.
Kevin's too old.
He's 7.
He's 7. That's a big ass age gap.
That's a pretty big gap. But I mean, I don't really. I feel like in this aspect, I feel like the real person to talk to about it would be my mom, who had so many siblings. What was that like?
Yes. You always had someone to play with. Mm-hmm. You always had someone to get in trouble with. You had somebody that could keep all your secrets in the world. All the bones are buried. Mm. And no matter what you're going through, there's just some bones that never get unburied. No matter what.
Absolutely.
Siblings are those are the people that you can go to when your parents work on your nerves. Mm-hmm. Don't you hate mommy? Yeah, I hate mom. Don't you hate daddy?
For the record, I've never said that in my entire life.
Oh, I'm sure you didn't, son. But if your kids never hate you one time, you're not being a good parent. Kids have to hate you at least one time.
That's explain. I don't understand that.
Nope.
Because I love my mom every day. When you're parenting, especially when your kids are in their formative years, you're not there to be their friend. You're there to be their parent. You're there to teach them what's right from wrong. You're there to teach them the scruples. You're there to tell them no. Because at the end of the day, if you're like, well, mom, I hate you. Well, you're just going to have to god darn hate me because you're not going to the party.
Just for the record, I've never said that in a day in my life.
No, you didn't.
No.
Perfect little sweetie pie. But we're there we're there to teach you, and then if it evolves and grows into friendship, that's absolutely amazing. Especially as you get older, you know, you understand why your parents did what they did or didn't do. You get a better understanding, especially when you become a parent yourself. But we're there to guide you in the right direction, because there are so many kids out there without guidance that look at a person who has guidance, and even though they try to say, "Man, go ahead and do this," they're secretly jealous because they want boundaries. They need boundaries.
That's fair. That's fair enough. So I mean, I guess in my case, I didn't know the split household. How was that?
What do you mean?
I guess as far as trying to manage like having the kids involved.
In a
Like,
split household, how, Kevin?
Like how split household. So like how was that? Like how can I manage? What advice can you give me to help like manage that part? Like can
none.
we right now me and my ex isn't at a good place. Like we're bickering over the kid, and it's kind of like one of them things. Either we talking sometimes or not at all.
Well, I'm gonna say that I don't have an answer for you, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
Because every breakup is different. There are times when people can co-parent
Mm-hmm.
and be there collectively for the sake of the kid.
Yeah.
Sometimes some people are so upset with the other piece of the puzzle that they're using the kids against them.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they might still be in love with the situation and use the kid as leverage. None of those things are right or unfair to the kid.
It
But
happens sometimes.
but it just happens sometimes because your parents are normal too. Not to make it right.
Right.
But I'm not a big proponent of putting your kids in the middle. I don't believe in sharing too much with your children when you're going through a divorce, because that's still between the two of you. It has nothing to do with your kids. Your kids weren't there when you got to the altar normally, but that's still between you two as the parents. And I don't think that your kids should be privy to but so much. Like Eric and Caleb are like 30 and 27 years old, respectively.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been divorced twice.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah. Well, Joe and
Yeah.
Gabe.
Mm-hmm.
You've been there for all that.
I didn't know he was okay.
And now Vaughn. But how Gabe and I divorced and how Joe and I divorced were two completely different aspects. Number one, the kids were younger when
Right.
we got divorced from Joe. And then they were of raising age when Gabe was around. You know what I mean? But they have their own perspective of how they felt like the divorce was or wasn't.
Okay.
Because how I might view it might not be the same way they view it.
Right. Right.
And I never even really had that conversation with you guys like that, huh, Eric? Like,
No.
we're gonna have to next family dinner. We're gonna have to sit down and maybe talk about it.
I didn't mean to bring it up.
No, it's
funny.
fine. As a matter of fact, I'd say I want to come out on record and say that while nobody was perfect except for me,
of course,
you all did a fantastic job.
Yeah, absolutely. You and Caleb came out really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, seriously. Caleb
Absolutely.
is a character, though. I love Caleb.
A cartoon character, maybe. And I get it. It's not easy for imperfect people to raise a perfect child. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
How the perfect child being me.
Okay.
But if it could have been anyone, I'm glad it was all of you.
Sweet.
My little mamushka. Okay, so we're not okay. I'm gonna shift because I would go to a parental spot and I'm not trying to go there. I am gonna ask this. Kevin, you were talking about the women don't have values and stuff anymore. So at you guys' age, what type of values are you looking for now? Because girls, they walk out, and is that attractive? Is that wife material for you guys when they come up with the bikini tops and the shorts and the booty cheeks hanging out? And
I don't like that. I don't like that for my women. I like it's cool to look at. But am I bringing that home to the family? No. That's not what I'm taking home.
What are you taking home?
A very well dressed, respectful young lady that knows how to carry herself
in public.
In public, yeah, And I say, what did this say? So I'm not really a big fan of any lady that I'm dating always out, like at a bar or club. I like a homebody. So that'll be my preference.
Are you advertising, Kevin? You're just talking about how you're
That's what I'm saying. Like Auntie was talking about what I look for in a female, and that'd be it. I already have that right now, so like it's cool. You feel
I
me?
would say in respect of that,
Yeah,
my wife can wear whatever she's comfortable.
it's cool.
If that's how she's comfortable, if that's how she decides to present herself at any given day, if she likes it, I love it.
Yeah, she's very covery uppery.
Sure. And if that's what she wants to do, that's fine. If she wanted to go in the complete other direction, that's fine too. I love the person, not necessarily the outfit.
I think it's a thing of women showing off her body parts to, like, when you outing. It's cool for like a date. I'm saying it gets to a point if we out the beach and you wearing a thong bathing suit, it's like, come on now, you have a dude.
I suppose, but like I'm comfortable with where I'm at. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Yeah.
wait, you're trying to say you'd wear the thong bathing suit, son?
I mean, if I
What do you mean
wanted
you're
to,
comfortable
I
with-
could. But like no, that's not what I'm saying. But like, let's say my wife decided to, cool. That's her
I mean,
business.
the way you said it was like you were going to be the one in the thong there, sir.
I mean, no, it's hard to find them that fit me.
But
But like, it's I feel like my wife is beautiful. If that's what my wife needs to do in order to feel like she's beautiful, fine. Whatever. I'm okay with that. Whatever, but as long as home stays where home is, then there's no issue for me.
I guess, Auntie, how do you feel about the state of, I guess, our generation and how they're presenting themselves?
Oh, Lord. I mean, people are going to be upset with me,
Mhm.
but men don't have anything to work for anymore.
What you mean?
It used to take a lot to hit the hay with someone, and now you're like, hey, let's hit the hay. You know what I mean? I've been a proponent of low numbers, put it that way. I mean, if you don't care what your numbers are, that's on you. I'm not, judging you for what you choose to do with your body, but at the same token, it's your body, and I don't believe that every Tom, Dick, and Harry and every Tom's Harry Dick should
Wait a minute.
enter into your kingdom.
You shouldn't share your body. Your body's your temple. So
Yeah, I don't believe in overly sharing.
I agree.
Okay.
I've been married 3 times for a reason, and those were 9 years, and then 16 years, and now I'm at 7 years. Very, very. I'm a long-term relationship person. I've been married since I was 5.
It's 7 years already.
Yeah.
Wow.
We'll be married. Wait. Let's see. Oh my gosh, we'll be married for 6 years this year, so that'll be 8 years total together.
8 years.
I know.
Boy, congratulations, man. You made it.
Golly, that went fast, right?
It went super fast. I never forget their wedding. I thought it was a blizzard. To them, it was normal.
Right. Even being from Maryland, it was still a blizzard to us. So we're like, oh, okay, that's what y'all doing. Got you.
We drove in the snow that time.
There was a lot of good times.
And Caleb stole my fries at the bar. He owes me fries.
Well, y'all stole a lot of things together, didn't y'all? Like the golf cart.
Oh, God.
Kevin.
Was it really me that stole the golf cart? Or was it Eric, wasn't it?
No, it was you. But Eric got on there with you, and that's why you guys were expelled from golf camp.
We got expelled?
Yeah, they said we couldn't come back.
You think y'all chose to not go back? No, you couldn't come back.
Wait, what? I thought y'all chose for us to go back.
No. I mean, outside of the true embarrassment, no, you can't just take the golf carts, sir.
Yeah, Eric, you can't just take the golf cart, sir.
Look, I haven't stolen a golf cart since.
I can't believe I did. I don't know what I was thinking about in my mind to take
Nothing at all.
I can't believe I did that. You sure it wasn't Caleb?
Caleb wasn't even. He was not there. He wasn't in golf camp. It was y'all two.
It was me.
Yeah.
I'll take that. I'll take that then.
That's what you said when you took the golf cart.
Okay, how'd you guys get to doing this podcast together?
Well, I had my own podcast. It was Kevin and Friends.
Mm-hmm.
And then when me and Eric did it together, it was a flow that me and him was having.
Mm.
So I was like, why not me and you have a thing together?
Mm.
You agreed, and now we here.
Well, all right.
It's not the most glamorous story in the world. Oh,
So I
hello.
told Mommy I was doing this tonight, and Mommy, hey, Mommy,
Tell her I said
I'm on the podcast with Kevin and
Hey,
and Eric.
Mama.
Hey, boo.
Okay, later.
See you Saturday.
She's like, oh, I'm sorry.
That reminds me.
Hmm.
On record, since Kevin keeps asking me about it, are you going to Diesel's graduation on Saturday?
Vaughn and I will be on a cruise for Mother's Day.
I'm telling Diesel.
I'm telling Diesel too. It's like, no, that's good. Where y'all going to on the cruise?
We're going to the Caribbean.
Mm-hmm. How long you be gone for?
Well, I'd rather not tell so people won't know, so people won't try to break into my...
That's fair, Duff. That's fair. That's fair. I haven't been on the cruise since I was like 7. I need to go. I haven't been out of the country yet. Fun fact.
Just in case anybody gets any funny ideas, our family stays armed. We believe in the Second Amendment over here.
We sure do. I'll have Caleb over here quick, fast, and hurry. You know he can't wait.
Are you serious? He's like that?
No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
What I'm saying, I didn't know Caleb collects guns.
Oh, firearms, yes.
Well, firearms. I apologize. Yeah,
yes.
that's
But, you know,
dope.
he used to love aerosoft when he was in junior high and high school, so he was in that for a long time.
Mm-hmm. So, Auntie, any business endeavors? Any new ones?
New ones? No new ones. I'm still trying to get the old ones see what I need them to do. You know, the coffee, we're doing our K-Cups now. So we're really excited about that.
Congratulations.
Okay.
Yeah.
Congrats. So what kind of coffee is it?
Colombian, Brazilian, and Ethiopian.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, but you can only get the Colombian and the K-Cups. I'll have to make sure that I send you all's production company some.
Yes, please.
No, please. I love
Speaking
coffee.
of
send it to y'all.
Production companies, I just noticed you got a TRINA BRAXTON company on your shirt.
Well, this is the Treehouse company, the one.
Treehouse company.
Treehouse Media. Okay, so what kind of media is under Treehouse Media?
Well, you know, the parent company is Sultry Entertainment. So as far as my other endeavors are concerned, they're just DBAs under the parent company. So all the cooking shows are with Treehouse Media.
Got it.
And then of course, Treehouse Realty. That's not one of these, but Treehouse Realty is under here too because I'm a realtor as well.
For realtor.
For realtor. Jesus. For realtor. Really?
Oh, it's a curse, really.
Well, when did you start being a realtor? I didn't know you was
Oh wow! I since last year.
Since last year.
Since 2024, I am with Keller Williams.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Under the Howell team, under the sports entertainment division. It's very exciting. If you need a house, I will make sure that Eric. I'm not licensed
I need a house.
Maryland, but I will take referrals. Yes, you do, son. So I can jump all over you all's beds and pee all over the toilet like y'all used to do.
Well, hold on. Nobody said anything about any of that. Wait a minute.
Pack things away and never come back and get them.
Oh, yeah. That I gotta go get my stuff. All right. So you briefly mentioned the cooking show. Can you talk about that a little bit more?
Oh well, we Vaughn and I have a cooking channel on YouTube under Trina Braxton World. And so we're revamping right now, so we're not going to be back on until June.
Okay, that's a shame.
It was
but you still come over and eat though, Eric.
Well, yeah, but I had an excuse before.
Speaking of cooking, what happened to Thanksgiving with the mac and cheese falling?
He dropped the mac and cheese on the floor.
The whole thing.
Look, I wanted.
Did y'all make new mac and cheese though?
You don't have time to make new mac and cheese when everybody's already eating. That's another hour and 20 minutes.
That's not that long.
It truly is.
I mean, while y'all eating, you can just leftovers. No leftovers. No.
All right.
Okay. All right. I would have made mac and cheese. I'm just saying.
No. First of all I wanted that Thanksgiving. Everyone was late, by the way.
Aren't y'all always late?
Okay. Look, We're black people. We're not those kind of black people.
I don't know about
All
you
right?
being late. I don't think you ever been
We
late.
eat on time. If dinner is at 4, dinner is at 4.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, it's more like
And desserts.
if I say that dinner is at 4, that really means like 5:30 to 6.
That's
No,
at
no.
Auntie Tony's house.
That's at anyone's house.
No.
See,
no. I already have a charcuterie board already sitting out to nibble on while the pies and the cakes and stuff are coming out. I don't do my cakes and pies the day before. I do my cakes and pies the day of normally.
that way they're fresh,
Why
right?
are you having Thanksgiving on time anymore? I thought you gotta have at least an hour late.
No,
you
you see,
don't.
this is why we as a people have to do better. Look, I'm gonna get on my Farrakhan soapbox for a second. Look, as a people, we gotta do better about being more timely.
Yes.
But here's my thing, right? You know, Arizona stopped doing daylight savings time, right?
Okay,
So what if I come like the hour late? I'm not really late. I'm on time.
are we in Arizona when that happens?
Wait, no, we're in the same time zone.
Right,
If they can say we're not going to push time back or forward, I was just early.
You know what, Kevin?
Yeah.
If you show up to my Thanksgiving an hour plus late,
Yeah,
you're not getting a plate.
I get a plate.
No, you
might be gone by the time you get in. We don't save food for people. You have to come on time.
Come on
and if
time.
you're going to be an hour late, people are probably already taking to-go boxes.
That's not okay. I
Come on
come
time.
at least 30 minutes, right? You said 30 minutes.
Be early.
Yeah, leave 30 minutes before you're supposed to be there to get there on time.
Especially since certain people who shall remain nameless on this podcast at this point in time were supposed to bring the sides when they were late. We had no side.
What is sides at Thanksgiving? It's just
the mac and cheese, Kevin.
That's an entree.
What?
Yeah, the sides is more like the mashed potatoes, the corn. That's like sides, isn't it? It has to be, because besides that, greens is a side. That's a side. Okay.
You've been way too long.
Huh?
Wait. Your old lady, you think macaroni and cheese is a side? I mean, macaroni and cheese is an entree?
An entree?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Sir, you've been out the pocket just way too long.
Yes, it's an entree.
Not out the pocket.
Out of the pocket, sir.
If you can buy Stouffer's mac and cheese,
Stouffer's, wait!
Stouffer's.
Stop! Wait! No!
What?
Stop the presses! Hold on! What do you mean?
I said if you can. You can
I can't.
Frozen macaroni and cheese.
You can't do it though.
I sure can't.
No, I'm not saying you're going to. I say you can.
I absolutely cannot.
Well, your mother would just shake the life out of you right now.
She
You
would.
know good and well she never bought a Stouffer's macaroni and cheese and say it's a main dish and just put that on your plate with some broccoli. Like it was a main. Oh my gosh!
I have seen people just get a plate of mac and cheese and just eat mac and cheese. I didn't say I do it because I don't like mac and cheese.
Kevin, we pray for those people. We don't do what they do.
But people do it.
And cheese is an.
I mean, I've had a plate of greens. I just had a plate of greens before.
You know what?
No, I mean you can have a plate of sides, but macaroni and cheese is not ever a main dish. It's not the main dish.
And let's say for example, that you're right, Kevin. That would mean that someone that was late with an entree, which is worse.
Where's the meat? I mean, unless you're a vegetarian, of course. But where's the meat?
At Arby's.
We pray for those people too.
No, seriously, just it depends. It depends.
No,
it
doesn't.
For a while.
You know, I don't know any of my mom's recipes.
You don't know her oxtail?
Nope. I don't know the turkey wings, the collard greens, the cabbage, the mac and cheese, the fried chicken. What else? What else? Yeah.
She made everything. Her oxtail were the best
in the
world, but yeah.
Yep.
And her turkey wings.
My ex have it though. So if y'all want
her
that.
curry chicken.
Her curry, she hasn't made that in a while. I can make good curry chicken.
You can make good the buffalo chicken dip.
Yeah, I made that for you.
You did.
Yeah, that's goated. That's goated. It went triple platinum.
Not triple platinum.
Oh gosh.
I can make rice good too.
Okay, I have a confession to make.
What's up?
And I'm gonna say it out loud on this podcast. I don't know what I'm doing wrong with when I make rice, but every time I make rice, I'm doing.
Get some parboiled rice. Your mother, I had the same problem until I started buying parboiled rice. So when you come over,
What's that?
like
It's rice
pre-boiled
that's
almost.
pre-boiled.
Yeah, pre-boiled. And you get that, and it's a like no-brainer.
Do they have like parboiled like jasmine rice?
Well, let me look in my pantry of rice and see if they have, and if they make parboiled jasmine rice. I don't know. Look it up.
It's easy. All you had to do is fill up the pot. It's going to be at least like a fingertip.
Yep, that's Tracy always taught you to measure right there.
Yeah. And then you let it boil out. And then put aluminum foil on there and let it cool off.
That's a horrible instructional video, by the way.
On the highest setting, let it boil. It's going to boil out. Let all the water leave. Yeah.
So I'll show you how to make the parboiled when you come over.
Yes, please. I got to get a rice cooker is really what I need.
Okay. Yes, rice cooker's amazing. You guys are sitting here talking about the name of your podcast is Out Loud, but we have to talk. We have to talk about some real out loud stuff. Eric, I love my daughter-in-law, but she's used to eating boiled chicken. And Kevin, you are used to having pretzel salad. So
No.
Trying to figure out what's going on here with the food. Y'all were not raised eating food like that.
That's why I cook.
That's why I cook.
Did you make the pretzel salad?
I don't know how to make pretzel salad.
Wait. Stop. Wait, pretzel salad?
Pretzel salad, Eric, is goated in that community.
Oh, you're real deep in the trenches.
But she doesn't make it. She does not make that. So I'm happy. I asked her about it. I said, please tell me you don't make pretzel salad. She said, what is that? I said, thank you. That was the correct answer to say. When she said, what is pretzel salad? I was like, I'm so happy you said that. Thank you.
That's a Great Depression meal. Wait.
No, it's pretzels and it's Jello.
What?
Yeah, it's that pretzel salad. It is. I had it one time, like back in the day. I was like,
no.
One time. Yes, Auntie. It is pretzels and it's Jello. It's like red Jello.
They stopped eating that in 1944. Kevin, stop it.
Really not.
Is it like salty and sweet or something?
I had one bite and I spit it back out.
Look it up. Pretzel with Jello.
Listen, now your niece tore it up. She thought it was delicious.
Who? Lauren?
Lauren.
What?
See, I mean, you get it, and then little Mikey said, "Y'all had pretzel salad. That's good." Okay,
My mother's Italian. It's probably something Italian.
She was the lady that made it was not Italian.
Yeah, I don't think that's an Italian meal, Ma. I think.
But if Lauren liked it and Mikey liked it, they probably had it in their household
or their friends.
Fix it, Jesus.
I stand corrected.
You see it?
What?
It's pretzels in red Jello, right?
And some people do it in like a little cake.
Yeah, it's a real thing.
Oh no.
Yeah, you gotta try it. If I tried, you gotta try it.
I absolutely do not. Actually.
Yep. There we go. Yep. That's it.
Oh my gosh.
That's it.
It's worse than I thought.
I'm gonna make it and see.
It's not worth it.
You know what, Mom? Let me know when you make it. I'll make sure I'm busy.
Pretzel salad typically includes crushed pretzel crust,
a
creamy filling, a fruity Jello topping. The crust is made from crushed pretzels, butter, and sugar, while the filling often features cream cheese, Cool Whip, or heavy cream, and sometimes vanilla pudding mix. Jello topping is typically strawberry flavored, and fresh or frozen strawberries are often added. That sounds like the nastiest thing I've ever heard of in my life. That's
absolutely not.
It's actually worse than what you think. Yeah. I don't really recommend it. I was forced, because it was kind of one of them things like, how you don't know you don't like it if you don't try it, and that's it.
I know I don't like that.
Well, I'm kind of used to it because
that's not something you should have to get used to.
I have lovely aunts that always tell me that, so I just rock with it.
So I do have so as a part of your values, I have to ask you this: is it a prerequisite that at least one of y'all have to be able to cook, because women nowadays, they don't know how to cook. And I'm not saying that it's a woman's place to be in the kitchen just because I cook a lot, because let's be honest, most world-renowned chefs are men. So what I'm saying, is it a prerequisite that she at least knows her way around the kitchen?
My lady? Or
The old lady? Yeah.
My old lady, yeah, she can cook. She can cook. I mean, I think can cook better, but she can cook.
So I don't like too many people in my kitchen anyway. I'm very particular about how I like certain things.
Mm-hmm.
And so because I'm so particular and because I like my food to be excellent, it's okay that my wife can't cook on the same caliber, the same level that I can. It's nice and it's important to me to have a helper in the kitchen. If I need certain seasonings or if I need something out of the refrigerator while I'm kind of navigating my way around, preparing a meal, that's typically where she'll come in. And that's really helpful. And it makes making a meal so much easier, especially because I don't always like to have my mise en place all the way together.
Oh, spoken like a true newlywed.
So I guess Auntie, what's your favorite dish to make?
Lasagna.
And her lasagna is the best. Well, her lasagna is the second best.
And oxtails.
You can make oxtails?
I use your mama's recipe. Whatever do you mean?
I need to try that.
They are good.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, try that. Absolutely. Let's talk about how about bar chicks. What's going on with bar chicks, Auntie?
To be continued.
To be continued. I was just showing Eric about the last time I was at bar chicks. It was Christmas a few years ago, and I had a video of you, my mom, and Aunt Tawana dancing together.
Oh Lord!
Actually, I think we have.
I ain't no telling what that looks like.
I think we have a clip. Hold on.
You have a clip? Let's see. But yeah, because we had the ugly sweaters.
Ugly sweater party.
Yep.
Yeah, that was Q's party. Yeah.
That's it. Salt and Pepper was there.
Wow. That's amazing. Amazing memories.
And please tell me, go ahead.
No.
I said, please tell me you know how to make the Kiki wings.
Those were delicious.
They were delicious.
They were.
I wanted to start manufacturing some of my Kiki sauce, but that's in another phase that we can talk about next time.
Absolutely.
Next time.
Absolutely.
Next time, for certain, for sure.
I think we've got time for just a short break here. We'll be right back with you on the Kevin and Eric Out Loud podcast.
Absolutely.
Or maybe not a break.
It's supposed to be a break. I mean, I did. And we're back.
Welcome back, everybody.
All right, welcome back.
All right. So when we left off, we were talking about bar chicks to be continued. If you don't mind, I'd like to talk a little bit about bar chicks' beginnings. Where did you get the idea in the first place?
Wow. If you want to know the truth, it started out as a partnership. There was a girl who already had, she was trying to work on doing a mobile bartending company, and her brother brought her to me. And we were talking about it, and then she decided that's not what she wanted to do anymore. And I'm like, you were talking about it. The name wasn't Bar Chicks. I came up with the name Bar Chicks.
Of course.
It was called something else, Queen something. And after she decided that's not what she wanted to do anymore, and I was like, hey, but if you want to, we can still be partners, because that's, how we kind of started off. And she was like, no, I'm good. And I was like, okay. I'm like, just tell me I got your blessing. And I changed the name. I did my own training team. I bought everything that I needed to make it a mobile bartending company. Actually, the first real event we actually had was it was Auntie Tamar's Grammy party. And that's when we bought the tour bus. That's when the company bought the tour bus, and we bussed everybody down to California, and we did her party, and it was an amazing hit. We'd done some other events prior to that, but in that first year, we gained enough money and gained enough accolades where I could open my first brick and mortar, and Bar Chicks was open for 5 years, right before COVID. and it's time for another venture.
Absolutely.
Thirsty Blues.
Would you do another brick and mortar, or would you do the mobile?
I would absolutely do both. I would do one in conjunction with the other. I would have the brick and mortar so I can hold my license, and then I would have the mobile so that I can, go to different places and allow people to have that Bar Chicks experience if it's a little too far for them to come to Duluth. And I'm not saying it's going to open back up at all or in Duluth. I did not say either one of those things. But it allowed me to do so many different other things, just like the Bar Chicks hot sauce, just like the Bar Chicks bourbon. And of course, when I did the Essence candles, it was just a stepping stone for me to really tap into the entrepreneurial part of who I am as a person. So, and then after that, then there was interest in the coffee line, and there are other, and Uncle Vaughn, he does a lot of medical stuff, even though he's back in a different field. I'll tell you guys about that later. But we have joined with some other companies to where we are ambassador partners with them. So you guys will hear a lot about that later too.
Excellent. Pivoting, and you gave us a lot of really great talking points, but pivoting back to Bar Chicks just for a moment more.
Mm-hmm.
Coming up with the menu, as great as the drinks were for Bar Chicks, the food is really where Bar Chicks really shine. Can you tell me a little bit about coming up with like the first menu?
And one more thing, I know when I was there, it was mainly like appetizers. So was that on purpose, or was that just easier?
It started off as small plates and libations. You're absolutely right. It was a restaurant that I really enjoyed, and I wanted to liken it unto that, if you really want to know the truth. But as time went by, as a restaurateur, especially when you are looking at all of your percentages of what's happening in the areas, and my demographics didn't match the food style, and you have to say, know your audience. That is the truest thing anybody could ever say in the world. Know your audience. Who are you selling to? And because of where we were located, that menu worked initially, but after our clientele changed, then we had to change the menu in accordance to who was actually coming to the bar.
And the repeat customers and things like that.
Thank God we were never a red company, and that's really, really difficult as a first-time restaurateur, because a lot of people start, they're in the red for like 3 years. But thank God we came out, just guns a-blazing. And one of my good friends, God rest her soul, and her name was Angie Stone. She recently passed away, and I remember our first soft opening that we had, and our kitchen was just overwhelmed. And even though it was churning, it just wasn't churning out as quickly as it could have to meet the challenge of the capacity. And Angie rolled up her sleeves. She's like, "Come on, baby, let me help you." She went into that kitchen.
She sure did.
And I can say this now because we're closed, because legally that can't technically happen, but she was hired for the night, put it that way. So legally that can happen. She was hired for the night. So she rolled up her sleeves and she helped, and I helped serve, and the Mr. and Mrs. Customer didn't know what was going on, but we definitely knew what was going on in the back. But it's an industry that I never knew that I always loved until I got into it.
That's dope. That's super dope. And yeah, rest in peace, Angie Stone. She was a wonderful woman.
Yes.
Wonderful lady. Her and my mom was good friends.
Yes. Very dear friend to me as well. And I remember, do you remember when the Braxtons, we quote unquote went on strike?
Yeah.
And Tracy continued to do
the show.
The Braxton was like Tracy and Friends kind of thing.
Yeah.
And Angie Stone, actually, she called me before she did it. She was like, "Trina, they called me and asked me to do the show." I said, "Angie, you got to do what you got to do, girl. Go and represent us well." And she did. And she loved your mama.
Yeah.
And so does Lunell, the comedian, Lunell.
Yeah, I just seen her last year.
Yes,
she's dope.
Yes,
she's funny as hell too.
Yes, your mama was and is and will continue to be well loved.
Yeah.
She's definitely a legacy in and of herself.
Yeah.
Now she gets to pass it on to you. And I get to pass it on to this one and his other brother.
So, have you been keeping up with sports, Auntie?
I don't have a choice but to keep up with sports because, as we know, Uncle Von is a sports head.
Of course.
So, but I found myself being able to have conversations with people, and I'm like, wait, did that just come out of my mouth? Did I just?
Yeah, but speaking of stuff coming out, like how about Uncle Shay Shay? What's going on with him, man?
Shannon Sharp, man, he just seems to stay out of the news.
I don't get it. And and he speaks from an older man's perspective. But what do you guys think about when he was like, I don't date my age, I date my wage? Like, what does that even mean? Like, are you dating who you can afford, or are you dating a woman in the same price bracket you're in? Like,
I think he is pretty much saying, I know I heard one of his interviews, he likes dating younger. He likes dating younger and more beautiful women. Now,
first of all, I'm beautiful, and I don't have to be in my 20s to be beautiful.
The stuff he was saying, he was like, he was saying pretty much the younger females are more submissive versus dating females his age, which it kind of sounds wrong. It is wrong, especially the ages that he's like going after is from between 18 to like in their mid-20s. So it's kind of like, come on, man, a little bit too old to be messing with the 18-year-old or 19-year-old.
Does he see them as
a little bit
that moldable or something? Is that a thing?
I suppose so. It's pretty common, unfortunately, and I'm going to say it right now on the record. Look, I don't care who you are. If you're not in that age range and you're going for 18 or 19-year-olds, you're just a predator. I'm sorry.
I mean, he's like what? He's like 50.
Come on,
something.
You're supposed to be your dad. Stop it.
Hey,
get some help. Look, absolutely not. No, but
I won't say I'm judging, but I'm judging.
I'm judging. You see what I mean? No.
Listen. Anytime if I came to y'all and I had an older lady on my arm, I'll be like, Kevin, what you got going on, man? Like,
Kevin, stop, because you're calling your girl right now your old lady. I'm just saying.
My old lady, she's 27, but let's go ahead. I was single and I had someone in the mid to 60s. You feel me?
So that'd be your real old lady.
It'd be like, Kevin, like, I understand you going through some stuff right now, but like, listen here, why not have someone your own age? It's like, I don't know. I'm just trying to experiment. I'm just saying. Uncle Shay Shay's kind of wrong. She's 19.
Yeah, it's just gross. It really is. And I mean, no, I don't. And we talked about it a little bit before on the podcast where his leak, where like he was there was audio of him being intimate with a woman on Instagram Live. And
Charlie Shell.
There's steps you gotta go through, to go live on Instagram Live.
Auntie, you know what I mean? You know how many steps it is, Auntie, at least? Isn't it like 3 or 4?
It's like 3 steps to go live on Instagram.
Yeah. Oh, you don't just hit the live button?
Is it? No, it's like 3 or 4 steps.
No.
You gotta go.
I do not know, but I have to be honest, and I don't know Shay Shay or Shannon Sharp, or I don't know him, but I'm just wondering who was in my home where they're in such proximity to me doing the booty with somebody. Like, why is somebody able to record such an intimate moment? Like, why are you there?
He said it was by mistake. He said that he mistakenly went on live.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see how that's a mistake. Like I said,
I didn't see his face. I didn't see. I mean, because when you live, it's like a little setup. I guess. I wasn't there.
His phone was supposed to be on the floor. That he said he dropped. He dropped the phone on the floor, and he
did his big toe happen to push the live button or something?
It doesn't work that way. It does not work that way.
That's the issue me and Eric was saying. Like how can you?
I'm pretty sure Instagram Live asks you if you're sure you want to go live. So like.
There's steps to it.
You see what I mean?
Pull my hands up and they stay there.
Yeah. So yeah, no. Shannon Sharp, you and Kanye West got to get it together.
Kanye West.
Kanye West.
I do too, but you know what? I can't keep defending the man, yo.
It's getting harder and harder to defend Kanye West right now. I'm
What do you
sorry.
mean?
Can't keep like I'm a big Kanye fan, and for me just to he can't. It was no reason for him to say what he said.
What did he say? What did I miss?
Oh, you don't know.
He was
In Busy Town.
he said he's been giving fellatio to his cousin since he was 14.
I'm sorry?
Yeah,
Not
fellatio.
Mhm.
Face. All
well, you
sex.
know, there's a difference between
Yeah.
Hans lingering with Rice
Nah, not
and
that.
fellows
Nope.
He was
at
gi-
ratios.
he was giving
Yep.
fellatio to his cousin.
Giving
Fel-
it?
No
Yep.
one asked him. No one asked him to do this. Unwanted. He could have died with that.
He could have died with that information, and he decided
That was a random.
he posted it on X.
On Twitter. He just woke up one morning, boom, whole world knows.
Posted the whole story, and he was lucid enough to say that he was sending this information by saying, "That's the tweet. That's it. Send tweet."
Yeah, we can't keep defending Kanye. And then he's putting the propaganda up and selling shirts and stuff. He say he's gonna make it a rainbow because he's now part of the LGBTQ now.
Well, I have to say something in his defense. I'm gonna say it.
Hold on, see, wait.
I have to say this. I have to say this.
Okay.
Hold on. Okay.
Are y'all ready?
I hope so.
Maybe there is an entire story behind it, and someone tried to extort or blackmail him with the knowledge. So he decided to put the story out before anybody else could and tell it the way he needed it to be told or wanted it to be told instead of somebody else holding something over his head. Because normally that's not something people will just blurt out. You have to think about that.
Nah,
normally it's not, but Kanye he hasn't appeared to be well in a very long time.
But what about the propaganda that he's now pushing to? I'm not going to say it, but it starts with a N and ends with an I.
Calling himself a Yahtzee. It's not.
What was his explanation for it?
Also, not great.
It's not.
It's not. I'm
gonna have to do my research. I'm gonna tell you what. I'm one of those people where I don't like somebody or not like somebody because somebody else does or doesn't.
Yeah.
I like to ascertain things for myself, and because of that, for me, the jury is still out until I see it because I hadn't seen it.
Oh no!
Sometimes
Kevin.
in his position, it's important to tell your own story before somebody else can.
Absolutely, Kevin. We messed up. We've ruined Kanye West for my mom.
Kanye West has been tripping lately.
I mean, he has, but like she's gonna see it and she's gonna be like, "Oh no, oh."
I love Kanye like how I love Rihanna. Okay, I'm pretty upset at her. You feel me?
Wait, why are we mad at Rihanna?
Because she keeps getting pregnant.
All right, look.
And I would love to go to a Riri concert.
Okay,
and
first of all, that's not all the way her fault. It takes two to tango, buddy.
Okay, but all I'm asking for is ASAP to stop pumping her so much, yo. Like,
oh my gosh.
Please, like,
Isn't that woman's husband?
Yeah, but like,
they're married.
Concert,
ain't no sinning going on.
I had a Rihanna.
That is so chauvinist. Wait a minute. So she can't be a sex symbol as long as she's a mother?
Huh? No, I'm talking about she's not making her album. She's not going on tour.
Absolutely. A mother absolutely can't. Not my mother, but any other mother. Absolutely.
Are any of y'all not concerned about going to a Rihanna concert? Is it just me?
I don't need a big concert goer.
See, I love them, but that's just me.
It's only a few artists in this world that I want to see.
Nobody's talking about AC/DC, Eric.
Well, okay, I would go and see AC/DC. However, that's not really what I'm talking about here.
What are we talking about here?
But I would go and see AC/DC. Absolutely, that would be amazing.
I haven't been in many concerts, but the few that I've been to.
Okay, so Kevin, every time I take you out to a show, do you not have a great time? Does it not blow your mind every single time?
See, Eric has not took me to not a bad club or a show. I can tell you that.
If there's anything Eric Mojica knows how to do, it's party.
Yes, y'all do. Yes, y'all do.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But there's not any concert you'd want to go and see, Ma? There's nobody you'd want to see?
I've seen quite a few concerts in my day.
You have any festivals?
I went to go the last concert I went to was in Houston, and I saw Beyonce.
Was it any good? I couldn't afford tickets, so you know.
Was it any good? I mean, it's Beyonce. It's always going to be a good show. It's always going to be a good concert. It's always going to be very entertaining. We were in the Skybox, and
Of course you were.
It was just. I kind of sometimes I like if I'm there, I kind of like the feel of it a little bit more. Like Skyboxes, I can do when it's time to play when I'm watching sports, blah blah blah. It's a little bit different because I just sit down and I eat the food and everything else.
And you don't have to watch the sport.
For a concert, sometimes you like to feel the energy around you, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because as an entertainer, as a performer, you know, none of your you can have the same set list every night. You can go through the same songs, the same choreography, the same routine every night. But every night is different because of your audience and the energy that you're getting from it. It's just like sometimes, like you as podcasters now, if you guys have a guest and they're like boring and they don't want to talk, and then it's like, okay, we usually have a lot of fun, but how long are they going to sit there and talk about the snail that went from, one side of the concrete to the next? That's very, very unfun. You get your energy from, the person that, or the people that are kind of taking it in and exuding it back to you.
You couldn't go out to the stage, not stage, but the floor and experience that?
I like the floor.
Hmm?
I like the floor.
Yeah, so I'm saying, so you couldn't go from your skybox and go to the floor?
No, because we had skybox seats, not floor seats.
So I don't understand.
You can't just walk around.
You can't just exchange your seat.
I thought like you get some kind of special privileges if you have like a skybox.
Not that special. That's Beyonce.
But it's Beyonce. That's it's a little different.
No. People paid for those. Boy, did they pay for those floor seats. Look,
people will pay for stair seats for Beyonce.
Yeah, you're right. Having the skybox experience is going to be a whole lot different than the floor experience.
Yeah, you have your food and you have your drinks and you have your screens and all that other stuff. It's kind of like, it's almost like watching church at home instead of being there.
Yeah,
Okay, that's kind of my preferred way to do church, but I get it. Because then I can have church and then also like all of my stuff. But that's not important. So I love that we're talking about music right now because I bump Party or Go Home at least 2 or 3 times a month.
Mm-hmm.
I love that song.
People to bump Game Time when it's time for playoff season.
Absolutely. Speaking of which, go ahead and stream Game Time on Apple Music, everybody.
For the WNBA, it's time.
Of course.
Right.
But I need you to have more than 2 songs out, Mom.
I have more than 2.
What's your album?
I just have 2 by myself, but we did the Braxtons, we did Braxton's Christmas, we did a whole bunch of other stuff.
Okay. I feel like you're being a little obtuse on purpose, so I'm going to say it a little bit more directly. We need more music from you.
Well, maybe I'm already doing one.
Oh, yeah?
Maybe Gorilla Zoe and I have a duet.
Oh!
Who?
Gorilla Zoe.
But maybe I don't.
Oh, do we maybe have a little bit of a tease first on this podcast?
Maybe it's a country song that I've always been promising people.
Wait a minute! Most teasing a country song with Gorilla Zoe on our podcast?
Bomb drop. Boom.
Boom! Wait a minute!
Exclusive.
I am neither denying or...
Woo!
You know, it's a lot of allegations going on in this show.
There's a lot of allegations going on.
We got Uncle Bird, allegedly.
What happened?
Right. Our alleged Uncle Bird man. We're not sure if they're married or not. Wink, wink.
Y'all better call Auntie Tony for that one. I don't talk about anybody's business but my own. I can only talk about situations where I was there.
Is there a potential song dropping? Is it
man
potentially?
Y'all are not gonna use me for tea. Y'all better get your production to call your auntie. Y'all not gonna get me in trouble for nobody.
Wait a minute. Okay. Maybe we're getting a little too greedy. We'll reel it back. Wait a minute.
Is a song going to potentially, allegedly drop this year?
mean, it may or may not be featured on season 2 of the Braxtons.
Okay. There's a lot going on now. That's can't wait to see.
I can't wait to see. When does the new season drop? I'm not on this one.
All right, fine. Maybe we'll talk about it after the break.
Okay.
Okay.
Absolutely. Awesome. So we've got maybe, I'm not sure, who knows if there's a song coming out with Gorilla Zoe. Any other music in the pipeline? Any plans or any hopes for anything?
No, the only thing I hope for is game time with WNBA. That would be amazing for me.
That would be amazing. Shout out to the WNBA.
Shout out
and
to
the
them.
Atlanta Dream.
Yes. Let's work on some ambassadorship, ladies. Let's do it.
Come on. Absolutely. Okay. So we got some cool stuff going on, potentially, on the music scene. So season 2 of the Braxtons, is that still... Are we still underway?
Are we not going to...
Are we not talking about it?
We're back. We're back.
And we are back. With the Kevin and Eric Out Loud podcast. Of course, I am Eric. He is Kevin, and that is my mom, Trina Braxton. Okay, so we teased a little bit about. I mean, really, I say tease. A bombshell, maybe. Some cool stuff happening with Gorilla Zoe, but bring the music back a little bit. Of course, you and Kevin's mom, my aunts, all started singing in church. Can you tell us a little bit about what that was like?
It had its great times. It had its very, very difficult times because as kids, on Saturday mornings, you want to go out and have fun. You want to play outside. I know your generation doesn't play outside anymore, but we used to love going to play outside.
We're old people anyway.
Ha. But we had to, rehearse, and we didn't stop until it was right, because we had to sing the next day at church.
Mm-hmm.
And if you were too sick to go to church, you were too sick to do anything even the next weekend. It was not happening. So, even though that part of our upbringing was very strict, we still had a very, very, I guess, normal childhood, but we used to do dumb stuff like do our own podcasts. At the time, they weren't called podcasts, but we had a video camera, so we would interview each other and all kinds of different crazy stuff. Have our own cooking shows. We've done this since we were children. It was almost like it was part of our innate nature that we would end up, being a family in the entertainment world.
So it's like second nature, pretty much.
Of course.
Do you think
just like your mom? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Now, so you think being in church and singing paid off in the long run?
We could probably harmonize with anybody in the world, any one of us individually and collectively. We grew up singing 5 and 6-part harmony. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6-part harmony. So we can find those notes that's lying somewhere in the in-between that people probably can't even hear. And I feel like as a family, we never really understood how special that was. I don't think we understood how rare it was, only because we grew up doing it and it was second nature to us. Right. And I think that collectively and individually, we lost a lot of opportunities that could have been very amazing for the world to see.
I mean, I did have the group, the Braxton group. It was was it Tamar and Tawanda?
Yeah, and then very shortly after, your mom.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I have some pictures of her. You wouldn't believe us. Or we were on tour together. She did that whole European tour with us. Mm-hmm. She was amazing. And I promise you, she was like this big all the way around, just like the rest of us.
Yeah.
But we were there, and the chops that we had on us together, is a rare sight.
So tell me, how was tour life?
The best thing in the whole entire world that you can imagine. Yeah. And in my youth, I took pictures, and I was the one who liked to go around and see everything. Mm-hmm. I didn't want to go places and just stay in the hotel room and eat room service and watch. No, I wanted to explore And your mom and Tawanda were the same way as well. So we got to see a lot of the places we visited and were able to tour. And I tell you, we have been blessed beyond measure. And I tell you, there were so many things left on the table for us, whether they were unspoken, whether they were ungiven, or whether they were not opportune. But for what it was, we had a blast.
Okay.
Imagine, I tell you what. Remember when you and Eric went to New York?
Yeah. Yeah.
You were like, okay, we don't like this hotel, so we're going to change the hotel. We want to be closer to this. And y'all gave me a run for my money.
We did too. We totally did that.
In our defense, the rooms was like...
Yeah,
it was a boutique hotel in New York.
Boy, was it a boutique?
Ritz-Carlton.
Okay. No,
Yeah.
that room was it was a little bit of a closet.
It was
what
fun.
I'm saying is, it was like you guys going to New York and just sitting in your room and ordering room service instead of going and walking the city and taking in the full essence of what that whole New York life was about. Going, eating the Ray's pizza and going to,
eating at
Times
Sardi's
Square and all that. You had to take it in. You know what I mean? And that's what we did. And you guys only went to New York, but we were able to go to, Japan and Singapore and Switzerland and seeing the whole entire world. I have 4 passports. I have 4 passports with the holes in them from all my endeavors that God has blessed us to see. It's amazing. It's amazing. And you have to love it though. You have to love it. You can't go in half-heartedly. You can't go in half-assed. You have to love it. Living in suitcases, being in a different city every day or every 2 days, and the travel from it, and the different smells and the different ambiances, it's amazing. It's amazing. Yep. Nothing short of.
Do you miss it?
Sometimes. But only sometimes. I miss the true camaraderie my sisters and I had when we were out there. You get older, and it can be with your family, it could be with your siblings, it could be with your friends, it could be close friends that you do call family.
Yeah.
Sometimes outsiders can be very, very influential, and it's up to you to listen or not listen. But sometimes it sounds like they make a valid point. But at the same token, you have to go back in your archives and be like, wait, no, this person is Johnny come lately, and these people have been here for me, throughout the course of my days. Because a lot of times people want to come in and separate you. That's because they have a different agenda. That isolation is an agenda.
Because I was going to say...
I said it. I mean it. I'm not taking it back. Boom.
No, you right.
Drop the pen.
It's crazy because y'all kind of went into full circle when the show came back. Y'all all started working together again. So that had to be dope too, because y'all started traveling the world and stuff, seeing different countries and different cities and stuff. So it was like when y'all was younger, y'all was performing around different countries and stuff, and it was in full circle. Y'all did it again for the show.
Yeah, for a different genre for entertainment, it was definitely absolutely fun to be able to go to different places and be around your family. But the greatest thing about being there and being able to travel and being able to work with your family is you're with your family.
Right.
But the worst thing about going around and traveling, working with your family is you're with your family. You understand what I'm saying? It's not like you can go to your room and then that's it. No, you're still mad.
Still mad.
I'm still mad. Give me my change, Jody. Because there are no degrees of separation.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? It's not like I can go home to my external family and be like, I have to work on my nerves, blah, 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 blah. And I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that. It doesn't work that way for us because it bleeds.
Mm-hmm.
We share nieces, nephews, cousins, blood.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes in-laws get in the way and they whisper in your ear and they saying this. And then the family of your in-law in the other ear saying this. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, then next thing you know, you're like, do I feel that way?
Right.
God darn it, no, I don't feel that way. I have to use my own, judgment to determine how I feel about it. And I can't let some outsider come in and separate what I already have with my family.
Right.
And if they're able to, that's not cool. But we'll be there when you come back to yourself, though. And that's what family does.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. Do you have a favorite moment with everyone?
There are way too many to count. There are way to me an account. But I'm going to tell you what my favorite thing will always be. We've been a family of WeTV since, 2009? We aired in 2011.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite moment that linked to favorite moments is the fact that we will always have the legacy of our family for other people to know, see, understand, and love everyone individually and collectively. We actually have 16 years, 14 years?
Around that.
14 years? 14
14.
years. We have about 14 years
Mm-hmm.
of footage of us with our highs, with our lows, with our fun, with our arguments. And we will always have that archive for the rest of our lives. If there's a moment you're like, I miss this person, I can see that fun. I can see those moments, I can see those opportunities, and I can always reflect back on them. And that is the most important memory and memories for me.
Yeah. Is it I don't if you want to talk about it, that's fine. Dude, does it feel like it's a missing part now?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Now, daily, sometimes moment by moment.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, instead of saying, what would Jesus do? Like, what would Tracy do? She wouldn't do this. And she wouldn't stand for that. But she was still very solemn at the same time. And people didn't get that. Tracy was a very peaceful spirit, very peaceful soul. And people see her in moments and they're like, oh my God, Tracy, no, you don't know her. You don't know her. You don't know her. You don't know her.
Yeah, it's I had different parts from my mom because you see on TV versus you see it in person. You know, very sweet person, very helpful,
giving.
very conversational. She would stop what she was doing to even have a conversation with you, or I'd take a picture with you.
Mm-hmm.
She was very open arms for a lot of things. I think at one time she told me a story about she just got these beats, the headphones, and I think it was someone's birthday. And I think she just bought them from the airport, and they was talking to her on the airplane saying it was her birthday and stuff, and they was going home. And then she's like, "Well, how about this, honey? I'm gonna give you these headphones for a birthday gift."
Yeah,
And they were
something
just
like
so
that.
happy and appreciative of what she did. And I was like, "Mom, why you just bought them? Why you giving away?" Like, I can take time of my day and or some money out of my pocket just to go ahead and make someone happy.
Yeah.
I left it alone. I was like, okay, all right,
Yeah.
Ma, you're right.
That's her. It's always gonna be her.
Yeah.
God rest. Yeah, and the anniversary of Lauren's passing is today, the 9th.
It's her birthday
Her
today.
birthday.
Oh Jesus.
The anniversary was the
And-
It was
20,
the 29th, I think.
29th. Yep.
Yeah.
I'll never
week and a
forget where I
half
was.
ago. A week and a half ago. And then her birthday, May 9th.
Mm-hmm.
Lord forgive me for getting those mixed up.
That was fine. It was super close.
Yeah.
It's been a lot over the past couple of years, so I don't blame you at all. Because we had my mom's birthday, then her death day, then like now.
Yeah, March 12th for her, then April 2nd for her, and then April 29th, the day before Eric's birthday for Lauren, and then 9 days, later, her birthday, May 9th. And it's been a barrage of things happening.
Yeah.
But I choose to reflect on, especially us going to Disney and
Yeah.
That was the best time.
having a blast.
I've
Having a
never
good time.
experienced summertime in the winter. That was crazy how it was 80 degrees in Florida for Christmas. I was like, it's really
Yep.
hot. It is hot.
That was, probably one of my favorite vacations ever.
Hands down.
I've never felt so much love and energy and closeness with a group of people than at that moment. I mean, we're all family and stuff like that, but like that felt like family,
It did. It did.
Yes.
And we went out. We had a ball.
It had a
That
ball.
was the best time. Thank you so much for that experience.
Thank you.
Thank
100%.
y'all for coming.
And that's really how I like to, especially with Laura. That's how I like to remember her. Is just having those
Those fun, great
experiences because she
times.
just breathes so much life into a room. And so with today being her birthday, I'd like to say, Lauren, happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Get low.
Get low. But she will speak her mind, though. She will speak her mind, just like Tracy. Like
that's the thing. And it's crazy to think about how alike they were.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like because they were so close, and I feel like with how similar they were, that really lent like a piece of why they were so. But I mean, just what a whirlwind of a time with two absolute whirlwinds of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're not going to be sad. We're going to be happy because first of all, they wouldn't want us to be sad.
Of course not.
They up there kikiing. They up there looking at us talking about what are you doing?
Having a ball.
They're up there having a ball. Shoot. At least they're together. They're together.
But that because we went to Disney and Universal that year.
We did. Had a blast.
What was
that card that Eric was making me get? I got it. It was good too. The little beer thing.
The butter beer.
The butter beer.
The butter beer.
Yep. So it's a butterscotch soda, and it's delicious. It really is.
That whole Harry, y'all know I'm not into that whole wizardry stuff, but I'll let y'all go.
I mean, it was.
Lauren was the one who the guy picked.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Hold it off, and we all look at it like, Lauren, what are you doing?
Good
it was a good time.
I mean, she dove just head first into it. That was a great time.
Good times.
Man, oh man.
But hey, we're gonna continue to let those good times roll. We're gonna have to plan, to come down for like a holiday. Maybe the next holiday, I will go ahead and sponsor, and I'll cook the food, and I will make a pretzel salad.
No, you won't.
You can get up to Eric. I already tried that.
I'm not, Mom. I love you so much, but I'm not eating that.
You might like it. I just got a new food processor.
I might not.
You might not like it, but you might like it.
You might love it. You might love it. Like you like that green bean salad now, brother.
Green bean salad?
Okay, green bean casserole is delicious.
Yeah, what's it called?
Green bean casserole.
Green bean casserole. Yes.
It's delicious.
I made it every year now, though.
Because it's good.
So
we didn't really talk about it yet, and we're about coming up on time, so maybe we'll tease it a little bit, and then maybe you'll have to come back. I'm sorry, you're just gonna have to come back.
It's all right. It's all right. It's my babies.
It's a lot we gotta talk about.
But you're going back to school for your culinary degree.
You let the cat out of the bag, but it's okay.
You're collecting these degrees like they're this royal, man.
Yes. I'm a collector of knowledge.
Yeah.
But I'm very, very excited about it. It's one thing to be in a room, but it's another thing to hold a conversation while you're in the room.
Mm-hmm.
And even though I've been cooking for a very long time, even though I was a restaurateur for a very long time, it was still very important for me to know the whys when I'm cooking. Oh, well, this happened to my sauce. Why did this happen to my sauce? This happened to my drink. I mean, I do have a mixology.
You just collecting them.
I mean, I am a mixologist. I am a master mixologist. I went to class for that as well, as you guys know. But I'm one of those why kind of people.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't explain something to you if I don't know the reason. So I'm one of those persons where I have to know the reason in order to give you the reason.
Gotcha. Okay.
If we're at a restaurant, hey, what happened here? Your sauce broke because you didn't temper your eggs, and now I have scrambled eggs sitting on top of my stuff. That kind of thing.
Okay.
So I like that.
Awesome. So we'll talk about that a little bit more. Sorry if I let the cat out of the bag there.
It's all right. It's all right.
But we'll talk about that a little bit more next time because I think we're running out of time here. But I have been Eric Mojica.
And
Kevin, of course. Of course.
And beautiful Aunt Trina Braxton.
Wait, I didn't hear you guys. Say it one more time.
So I have been Eric Mojica.
And I've been Kevin Surratt. And my beautiful Aunt Trina Braxton.
Take a bow. Oh, and until next time.
Till next time.
This has been Kevin and Eric out loud.
Wow.
We'll see you